Today we're going to be changing the rear air shocks on a 2018 GMC Yukon Denali. First step, we're going to take out the bottom bolt here, 21 millimeter on the nut and the bolt. Next up, we got a clip to remove so we can pull the airline off, nut to take off right here, and then around the other side, we've got an electrical plug up here to unplug. I just kind of wiggled this clip off with some bent needle nose pliers there. So I've got a 21 millimeter wrench on the outside, and then I've got a 1/2-inch drive ratchet going up and over the frame rail to the back side of that. You can kind of see the extension in there. It's going straight to the right, so I'm just holding the ratchet and moving the wrench. I'm going to try and use a small screwdriver or something, maybe put up underneath here and push that in just to get the bolt out of the shock, but not pushed all the way out, because it's probably not much fun to try and put it back in from the backside with nowhere to put your hands. So next I'm going to go undo the electrical plug so the shock doesn't fall and stretch the harness. All right, we've got our genuine GM shocks here. Take a look at the electrical plug. It's like the piece that we popped out of the frame is on the new plug as well. So we'll be looking kind of upstream on that harness to unhook that. What looks like to be a connector at the beginning here, that 90-degree elbow, is not actually where you unplug it. I'll show you on the vehicle. The part numbers for these shocks, if you want GM parts, 84176675. Kind of see that first 90-degree elbow there is not going to be the location that you take it loose. It's going to be where that gray tab is. So this gray tab right here, you want to push away from you and then press down on it. And that allows the plug to release towards you. And we'll finish getting that bolt pushed back in the hole there so the shock can remove. All right, so you want that bolt just barely pushed back, not out of the hole, but just enough to release the shock where you can get it down and out. Probably won't be able to get this on camera, but what I'm going to do is fit the new shock back up in here, and on the back side push in this direction from where my ratchet is. I'm going to push on the ratchet and extension to try and shove that bolt back through the hole. It's fairly simple. I just held it up in the hole and pushed with my ratchet. Bolt came right through. So now we're going to put that upper nut back on, hook up our airline, plug in the electrical connection, and tighten down the bolts. Wire harness connector hooked back up and pressed back into the frame there. Airline hooked back up, clip put back on. And then I've got a stand underneath here, because if I just move the shock, the hole doesn't line up. So I'm gonna have to lower my lift here, or you could raise your stand. If you're using a jack or something, you can raise it up until this hole lines up and insert that bottom bolt. All right, we got it pretty much lined up. All right, we will just run these down tight, top and bottom, torque them to 85 foot-pounds, and that's the process. So you do the same thing on the driver's side as you did on the passenger, and that's today's video. If you like it, please subscribe to the channel.